mic off? No. I'm on a new medication. I am still a crazy asshole, but now I feel good about it. This movie brought to you by Pfizer. Thank you, Pfizer, for making mental illness fun again. Oh my God, it's so great to be here. I love the Downtown Comic Club. I love Mo and Kevin and Garrett and all you guys. Thank you for having me. Academy Award. I'd like to show this award. What am I talking about? All right, let's go. Recently turned 40 and celebrated 3 years of sobriety. Don't applaud. Seriously, when you start shooting coke in your eye, you know, you either get sober or you die, right? And then if you don't die, eventually you turn 40. It's really not that much of an accomplishment, you know. I'm shocked by how immature I still am. It's like, really? Still wearing rock t-shirts and dropping ice down people's pants? The novelty of that shit hasn't worn off in 20 fucking years? I thought there was that whole trade-off of getting older. It was like, people like, well, you get established in your career and rich and mellow out emotionally. It's like, excuse me, I'm still as crazy, unemployable, and poor as I was when I was 20, only now my ass doesn't look as good. So, what the fuck? Got married, that's adulty, right? Adulted. You know, who would have married a crazy whore like me? Well, my husband has an extensive background working with the mentally ill and owns rehabs, huh? That's right, born to fucking love me. We're both my bases. And we're already in couples therapy. Woo, doing good, you guys. Not even 2 years in. And it's me, I'm an asshole. Or so they tell me every session, you know. It's fantastic to spend $150 to be told what a selfish bitch you are, you know. But I did a little comparison shopping and I think I'm getting a great deal because on S&M websites it's like $700 to be told you're a piece of shit. So, what a fucking bargain. I've been single my whole life. When you go from sport fucking to being a wife, that is a big gap to bridge, you know. Just didn't really have the skill sets to be a wifey poo, you know. So, now we're couples therapy and we're learning all about boundaries. How to have healthy boundaries, and more importantly, how to respect other people's boundaries. I'm like, doctor, I know about boundaries, I just don't give a shit. See, I'm not stupid, I'm an asshole. It's a completely different problem. I understand that trying to sodomize your husband with a yam at Whole Foods. No bueno, you know? But I just don't give a shit because I think it's hilarious. My husband and I argue a lot about sex. I don't think we have enough sex, and he doesn't think we have the right kind. I didn't even know there was a right and wrong kind of sex, did you? Like, it's all good. To me, it is all good. I mean, all good. You want to hot time me and fuck me in the ear? Let's try that. I don't know. The other day, I said to him, we haven't had sex for 12 days. Like, what's going on? We need to fuck. He goes, well, maybe if you were being nicer to me, because I felt more emotionally connected to you, I'd feel like having sex with you. He's like, wow, I'm sorry. Are you on your period? Like, what the fuck? You're a fucking woman. I'm gay, I didn't realize. I thought I was just dressed like a skater, but in West Hollywood, I'm soft butch. I didn't realize that. Again, I think from being single for so long, I've just become a little bit masculine in my sexuality. You know, for the first 6 months that my husband and I would fuck, afterwards I'd be like, hey, great session, bro. Knuckles, I'm gonna go rinse off. I remember the first time I slept over, he was like, hey, I just want to let you know, I'm really glad you're here. I was like, me too, because you have air conditioning. Now that I'm married, I found out I snore like a dying hog. That was news, because no one ever spent the fucking night, so I didn't know that. You would snore too if you put as much shit up your nose as I put up mine, alright? It's been over 3 years, I sneeze, a fucking 8-ball, and a few Colombians drop out. I also wear a bike plate. You guys know what that is? Right? Retainer for older, anxious people. Right? So that when you're dreaming, you don't, when you're sleeping, you don't grind your teeth in a bloody pulp as you dream about your youth slipping away and all your shattered dreams. It's also like a small petri dish that you pop into the top of your mouth that collects all the bacteria so that every exhale smells like, donkey dung and vomit, maybe? So my husband builds what he calls the Jew wall, which is a wall of pillows, okay, to insulate him from the smell and the sound. Who knew that racism and romance could coexist so beautifully? It's great when you're going to bed and you think you're just going to go to sleep, and then all of a sudden, you know, something starts happening, and you go, oh, something's happening, you want to have, oh, okay, hold on. Like a rope of drool, like you can put it in. Not a turn on, unless you're in a fucking 12-year-old. Really? Tends to take the mood out. God. So my husband's fat, you guys, he's fat, alright? Chunky, fucking husky. I like to call him voluptuous, my voluptuous lady. It's Ruben-esque. When we were dating and fight, I called him a fat fuck. But, you know, he doesn't give a shit, you know? He's not gonna get skinny anytime soon. He likes being fat. He's like, I think being fat's a big sign of wealth and power. Really? Maybe in the 18th century, your lordship. You know? Why not fucking complete the look with a scepter and a turkey leg? What are we talking about? Bring me my pudding and monocle, woman, raw! The sign of wealth and power, or maybe Nigeria where they eat dirt for breakfast. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Anyone ever fucked a fat guy, like a really fat guy? No one even wants to admit that shit, look. Right. Look, people think I'm thin. I've just been flattened. You understand what I'm saying? It's like having a small building on you. Even if that building has a penis, it's really not that terrific, you know? It's not, you know? When I'm really hyper, he likes to roll across me. He calls it compression massage. He's like, it really calms you down. I'm like, that's because you're briefly paralyzing me. Whenever I see a news story and they're like, you know, and the woman was pinned under the car for 2.5 hours, I'm like, know the feeling. You know, I'm trying to reframe it. I'm trying to, you know, incorporate his belly into our lovemaking. So I take that big stomach and I make it into a wedge and I kind of hump on it. Right? The other thing I do is when I'm sitting on him, I knead it like a kitty. I call it hot kitty. You gotta keep sex interesting when you're married, right? It gets fucking boring, especially if you were a whore like me, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm changing up the hairdos down here, ladies. You know, do it all bald, do that sort of creepy 12-year-old pedophile look, you know, come on, daddy, huh? You know, I grow it all out, do that sort of crunchy 70s Woodstock look, you know. My new favorite is where I shave the sides and I leave the middle long and I wax it into sort of a Salvador Dali, Colonel Sanders mustache. And then I had to talk to him, like, ole, señor, ¿por qué andando con ella querido? He hasn't been down on me in months. I think I took the bloom off the rose a little bit there, you know. I said to him, you know, aside from the fact that I have made my vagina into a Spanish-speaking puppet with a mustache, you know, I acknowledge that maybe my presentation is less than savory. Do you not like to eat pussy? He's like, you know, it's not my favorite thing. That would have been nice to know before we got married, you know? Those big disclosures like, hey, you know, I have 4 felonies, I have a terminal illness, and I don't eat pussy. Check please.